What is up, you guys? I wanted to come to you guys tonight with my Impact Wrestling review. So let's jump right into this review tonight. To start off the show, we had Taya and Rosemary versus Havoc and Nevaeh. This was a 2-on-2 women's tag team match to start off the show for Impact Wrestling. This was an alright show. I thought it was an alright match to start off the show with a 2-on-2 women's tag team match with Taya and Rosemary versus Havoc and Nevaeh. I thought this women's tag team match was pretty decent. I thought it was alright for a women's tag team match. It was enjoyable for what it was. It wasn't the best women's tag team match that I've seen, but it was a decent women's tag team match to start off the night for Impact Wrestling with Taya and Rosemary versus Havoc and Nevaeh. This was a pretty decent women's tag team match to start off the show. I thought this match was pretty enjoyable. I thought it was decent for what it was. I mean, women's tag team wrestling on Impact Wrestling is pretty fun to watch. I enjoy it for what it is. I don't really get much out of it, but it's fun. It's fun to watch. It's enjoyable for the most part. I thought it was enjoyable for what it was. It was a pretty decent 2-on-2 women's match to start off the night for Impact Wrestling. I thought it was a decent tag team women's match to start off the night. I thought this match was pretty decent. I thought it was enjoyable for the most part of what I got out of it. I thought it was decent. I thought it was a decent 2-on-2 women's tag team match to start off the night on Impact Wrestling. This match was pretty good. I mean, it wasn't the best match, but it was a decent to okay match to start off the night for Impact Wrestling with Taya and Rosemary versus Havoc and Nevaeh to start off on Impact Wrestling tonight in a 2-on-2 women's tag team match. This match was enjoyable for what it was. It was decent for the most part. It was a decent women's tag team match to start off the night for Impact Wrestling. This match was decent and it was enjoyable for what it was. And Rosemary and Taya ended up picking up the win over Havoc and Nevaeh. Taya hit the road to Valhalla on Havoc for the win. And then we had Jordynne Grace versus Tenille Dashwood. This probably was the best match of the night tonight on Impact Wrestling with Jordynne Grace versus Tenille Dashwood. This was probably the best women's match of the night on the show. Tenille Dashwood and Jordynne Grace, man, these two women are absolutely great together inside the ring, man. These two women can absolutely go. This was the best match of the night, in my opinion. This was the greatest match of the night. These two women went out and tore the house down tonight in a pretty good match. I mean, this match was pretty damn good. I enjoyed it, man. These women, they have a connection in the ring, man, and they absolutely do. They absolutely know they know how to work with each other inside the ring, and they gel very well together in that ring, man. Tenille Dashwood looks great. Jordynne Grace looks great as well. Both women look great in this match, man. This was a very decent match between Tenille Dashwood and Jordynne Grace tonight on Impact Wrestling. This was the best match of the night on Impact Wrestling tonight, in my opinion. This was the best women's match of the night. These two women look great together. These two women have a connection in the ring. I mean, I think they gel well inside the ring together as well. I mean, Jordynne Grace and Tenille Dashwood, they know how to work a great match. The connection is there. I mean, they put on a great wrestling match with each other. These two bring out the best in each other as well. I mean, Tenille Dashwood and Jordynne Grace, they're just two great competitors, man. They're two of the best competitors on Impact Wrestling, and they know how to put on a pretty good damn match, man. So this was the best match tonight on Impact Wrestling with Jordynne Grace and Tennille Dashwood. This match was pretty damn good, man. Great wrestling between the two. Pretty damn good storytelling as well. These two women know how to work a match, man. This match was pretty damn good. I mean, would I go back and watch this match again? I probably would, because these two know how to work a match, man. These two absolutely they can put on a decent match when given a lot of time to do so. These two women know how to work a very good match, man. I would love to see Tennille Dashwood and Jordynne Grace face off again. I would love to see this match. I mean, I want to see these two go out there and absolutely tear the house down like they did tonight on Impact Wrestling in a very, very damn good match. And Jordynne Grace ends up picking up the win over Tennille Dashwood by submission tonight on Impact Wrestling. But this was a really damn good match tonight on Impact Wrestling between Tennille Dashwood and Jordynne Grace. This was a damn good match. It was the best match of the night that I've seen between these two women. These two women know how to work a match. They're both great competitors. Both women bring the fire in the ring. Both women can absolutely go. Both women have a great connection in the ring, and they both know how to work a great match, and they know how to bring each other to that next level inside the ring. So this was a pretty damn good match tonight with Jordynne Grace and Tennille Dashwood on Impact Wrestling. And Jordynne Grace ends up picking up the win over Tennille Dashwood tonight on Impact Wrestling by submission. Would I go back and watch this match again? Probably so. And then we have Fallah Bahh versus Johnny Swinger. I don't care. This was a fight to see who would be the best man for Johnny Bravo's wedding. I just don't care. I don't care about this. Fallah Bahh picks up the win over Johnny Swinger. So Fallah Bahh is gonna be Fallah Bahh is gonna be Johnny Bravo's best man at his wedding. So there you go. And then we had the Rascals versus the Good Brothers. This was an alright to decent tag team match between the Good Brothers and the Rascals tonight on Impact Wrestling. This was your 2-on-2 men's tag team match tonight on Impact Wrestling between the Rascals and the Good Brothers. I thought this match was pretty decent. It was what it was. It was just your basic run-of-the-mill tag team match between the Good Brothers and the Rascals tonight on Impact Wrestling in a 2-on-2 basic tag team match. There was really nothing to this tag team match. The wrestling was pretty good. But there was really nothing about this match that I will go back and rewatch. This match was alright. It was decent for what it was. It was just your basic run-of-the-mill 2-on-2 men's tag team match tonight on Impact Wrestling, and the Good Brothers ended up picking up the win over the Rascals tonight in a pretty decent to okay tag team match. This match was just decent. It was decent for a 2-on-2 men's tag team match tonight on Impact Wrestling. It was alright. I mean, I didn't really care for it. It was what it was. It was just your basic run-of-the-mill tag team match tonight on Impact Wrestling with the Good Brothers versus the Rascals. And the Good Brothers ended up hitting the Magic Killer on the Rascals for the win. And then we had the main event, which was the North versus Ace Austin and Madman Fulton. This was just your alright basic main event, tag team wrestling main event. This main event was just basic. It was ordinary. I mean, there was nothing that stood out about this main event with the North versus Ace Austin and Madman Fulton. This match didn't really do anything for me. It was just ordinary. It was just basic tag team wrestling. I mean, if you want basic tag team wrestling, I guess you would enjoy this match, but I couldn't get into it. I mean, this it had it had pretty decent wrestling, but this match I just couldn't get into. I don't care about Ace Austin. I don't care about Madman Fulton. I don't care about the North. This match for the main event tonight on Impact Wrestling was just basic. It was ordinary. It was just It was just one of those. It was just one of those tag team matches for the main event that I didn't really get into or care much about. But this was just your basic tag team main event tonight on Impact Wrestling with Ace Austin and Madman Fulton versus the North. This was a basic tag team match at its finest. I didn't care for this match. I mean, this match was just ordinary. Nothing stood out about this match at all. And the North ended up picking up the win over Madman Fulton and Ace Austin. I just don't care about this. I really don't. I mean, we've already seen the North as tag team champions. I don't want to see those. I don't want to see the North as tag team champs again. I really don't. I mean, I just don't understand what Impact Wrestling is doing. I don't get where they're going with the North, but I just don't like the North as tag team champs. I'm sorry. I'm just not a fan of the North as tag team champs. I'm not a fan. I'm just really not. I mean, but this was your main event tonight for Impact Wrestling. Ace Austin and Madman Fulton versus the North in a ordinary, just basic 2-on-2 tag team match in the main event. This main event really didn't do much. It was just basic and ordinary. It was just kind of your basic, ordinary, run-of-the-mill 2-on-2 tag team match in the main event. And the North ends up picking up the win over Ace Austin and Madman Fulton. The two best things about Impact Wrestling tonight was the Deonna Purrazzo segment. The Deonna Purrazzo segment was really good tonight on Impact Wrestling. Deonna Purrazzo, I don't know why they're having her just do segments. I don't get why they're not using her. Again, they're not using Deonna Purrazzo to her strengths. They're not putting her on television. They're not using her. She's not wrestling. They're just having her do segment after segment. I don't get why she's only having to do segments. I don't get this. I don't understand why Deonna Purrazzo is not being on. I don't know why Impact is not putting her on television. When she is your Knockout Women's Champion, you should be putting her on television and using her to her strengths, and you should be using her to, you should be using her more than what you are using her. I mean, you should be using her for more than what you're using her for now. You're only having her do backstage stuff. You're only having her do backstage segments, but I don't know why Impact Wrestling is not using Deonna. That's my one big complaint about Impact Wrestling. They're not using Deonna to her strengths. They're not using her. She hasn't been on television. She's only been doing backstage segments, which I don't care for, by the way. But this backstage segment tonight with Deonna Purrazzo tonight on Impact Wrestling was pretty good. I liked it. I thought it was enjoyable. So Deonna Purrazzo's backstage segment tonight on Impact Wrestling was pretty good. And the other best thing on Impact Wrestling tonight was the segment with Eric Young. Eric Young's segment tonight on Impact Wrestling was really good as well. That segment was awesome with Eric Young tonight on Impact Wrestling. That segment was really, really awesome. I like that, man. I like how they're showing Eric Young become this like psycho. I really like they're making him into this psycho heel. I really like that. I like how Impact Wrestling is turning Eric Young into this psycho heel. The heel that he wasn't before. Now he's just like this psycho heel that likes to hurt people and that likes to just injure people for whatever reason. I like that, man. I like how Impact Wrestling is paying attention to detail with that. I really like that. So that is really awesome. So that was another awesome segment tonight on Impact Wrestling with Eric Young as they're portraying him as this psycho heel. He plays a psycho heel really well. I like how Eric Young betrays this psycho heel role. I really like it. I think he betrays the heel role really well. Eric Young is a heel. I like him as a heel because, you know, I like the psycho part about him being the heel. I like that. That is really awesome. So, Eric Young's segment tonight on Impact Wrestling was really good. So, if there are two things I would refer to you guys, go back and watch tonight on Impact Wrestling. Go back and watch the Eric Young segment, and go back and watch the segment with Deonna Purrazzo tonight on Impact Wrestling. Go back and watch those two things. Those were the two things that were good about Impact Wrestling tonight. If you guys like this Impact Wrestling review, hit that thumbs up. It helps my YouTube channel in the YouTube algorithm. And guys, make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe, and turn on that notification bell for all notification. That way you guys won't miss an upload or stream here on the channel. And I just want to, I'm going to give Impact Wrestling a 2 out of 10 tonight. The best two things about Impact Wrestling tonight was the Eric Young and Deonna Purrazzo segments. Those were the two best things about Impact Wrestling tonight. So overall, I'm going to give Impact Wrestling a 2 out of 10. 1 for the Eric Young segment, and I'm going to give the second one for the Deonna Purrazzo segment as well. Those two segments were the two best things tonight about Impact Wrestling. Overall, Impact Wrestling was a 2 out of 10. I hope you guys enjoyed this Impact Wrestling review as much as I enjoyed bringing it to you guys. And I just want to say thank you guys for your continuing overwhelming love and support of the channel. Thank you guys for continuing to comment on my videos, for watching my videos, for sharing on my videos. Thank you to everybody that continues to subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys so much. I really do appreciate it. That really helps my channel when you subscribe. So guys, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell to all notifications. And I will see you guys back here tomorrow night for the NXT and AEW reviews. Until then, you guys have a blessed night. I hope you guys enjoyed this Impact Wrestling review tonight. I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for your continuing overwhelming love and support of my channel. Thank you for continuing to share my videos, comment on my videos, and continuing to subscribe to the channel. So thank you guys so much. I love you guys. You guys have a great night. I'm out. Peace.